Hello and welcome to Week 10 in Sociology. And first off, an apology. I still haven't got to the gender and race videos. I'll get to them eventually, I promise. This week, we're going to be looking at two institutions that have a lot to do with the norms and values aspect of it has to do with, expectations, norms, values, and physical culture, but it's also a lot about values and norms in terms of human behavior, and that is education and religion. I will make the point on the first class that early in my career of teaching sociology, the book I used was a condensed version sociology book, really, really good. It's out of print now, but it was a really good book. And religion and education were in the same chapter. It was just that they combined those things. So that's how connected these two issues are. They're in two separate chapters in your book, two separate chapters in the course book. We'll be covering them this week, looking at the culture of education and the culture of religion and all of that. Now, that said, when we meet on Tuesday, we're going to be spending a small part of the beginning of the class confirming that at least made a little bit of a discussion. We had a little bit of the discussion on last week about your chapter 13 assignment, which was on retirement. I think I got that right. The one where you're calculating, how long you're going to be on retirement and what you need in terms of savings and any insights that might have happened. I am not expecting people to share. I just want the discussion. You can even fabricate your information. This is a tool for you. It was a very valuable tool for me years ago when I first encountered it, and I hope that you find some meaning and maybe establishing at least the need to meet with a financial planner and work on a plan for this. Later in the semester, we're actually going to have a discussion about Social Security, SSI, government welfare plans and stuff like that we have when we talk about healthcare, and how it's a fallacy to kind of depend on Social Security for your retirement. You really need to add something to that. It was never intended for that. We'll get to that later in the class. This week, like I said, education and religion. During those, please, this is going to be an open discussion. If you are a person with a religious affiliation, I want to hear you in class. I'm going to be talking about my own. I'm not proselytizing for you to go to church with me. I'm just telling you what it is for me, bringing in some examples of what that is in terms of what religious faith has done for me personally, and I greatly encourage you to do the same. And we are, of course, going to continue to have the great and respectful discussions that we've had right up until now. So I look forward to seeing you folks this week and discussing education and religion, and I will see you then.